everyone, welcome to the Freedom Homestead Kitchen. My name is Tangi and I am really excited about today's video because we are going to be working on a project together that I am pumped about. So this video is part of the March Canning Madness collaboration being hosted by my good friend Constance at A Good Life Farm. And what I am excited about is this recipe. I heard about it, I was like, holy cow, that sounds delicious, and it is super easy to put together. So we are going to be canning Italian beef. And the components of this recipe are super simple. It's even more simple if you buy beef stew meat that's already been cut up for you. But if you have a chuck roast, or something like that, you can, make sure you clean off the fat and then cube it, and then you're good to go. But I have beef stew meat that's already been cut up when we bought our cow, and yeah, so most of the work is already done for me. So the components of this recipe is your beef, it is pepperoncini peppers, and some beef broth, and Italian dressing seasoning. And I'm talking about those packets of Italian dressing seasoning that you bring home, you mix it with water, oil, and vinegar, and you shake it up and you pour it over your salad. But I don't have that, and I didn't want to buy it just because, if I can make it myself and I have the time to do it, then why don't I, right? So I actually found a copycat recipe for that. So we're gonna whip that together first. Because my jars are washing and I also need to wash my lids. But I figure while I'm waiting on that, we can work on this together and then we'll always have it, right? Okay, so let's get over here. We're gonna make the Italian seasoning packet first. Okay, so I have a mason jar. I'm gonna mix all of this in, and I will put this recipe down in the description box below. So first thing we need is a tablespoon of onion powder. And this, I get my onion powder in bulk off of Amazon. It's organic, and it usually runs about $12 for a pound, so I think that's pretty good. All right, it says a tablespoon of garlic salt, but I don't have garlic salt. I just have organic garlic powder. Again, I get this off of Amazon by the pound. And I'll just add a little bit more salt there. Okay, we need a tablespoon of sugar. This is just cane sugar. I don't know if you can leave this out or not. I'm assuming it would change the way it tastes, but if you want to leave it out, go for it. Okay, we need a tablespoon of salt. And again, if you don't want to use that much salt, cut back on it if you want to. A tablespoon of oregano. A tablespoon. Oh, it smells so good. I got this in bulk from Amish store, but hopefully I will grow enough this year that I don't need to buy that anymore. Same thing with the parsley. Okay, now we need a teaspoon of basil. This is basil that we grew. It smells so good even still. A quarter teaspoon of thyme, something else I'm hoping that we grow more of this year. A tablespoon of parsley. A lot of things that I have bought that I can grow myself. All right, a teaspoon of pepper. Last but not least, a quarter teaspoon of celery seed. I'm gonna give this a good shake and label the top of my jar. All right, guys, my jars are just finishing up, so we need to get on the ball here. Okay, but I wanted to show you really quick the lids that I'm going to be trying today. It's from a company called Denali. They reached out to me and asked if they could send me some lids, and would I share my honest review with you all, to which I said yes. I did ask them if they were made in America, and they said that they do have part of their company in America, but they are working on having their entire operation in America by the end of 2022. That is their hope, that is their goal. Of course, with things happening overseas right now, it is a little difficult, But yeah, that is something that I completely and totally respect. And so, oh no, I just dropped that in my dishwater. Y'all saw it here, folks. Okay. So I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a sight and feel comparison between 4 jars, Denali, and Ball. So looking at the seals, I mean, they don't really seem that different. So I guess the true test will be whether they will seal or not. And it's always nerve-wracking to try brand new canning lid companies, just because preserving food is so much work and it's precious food that you don't want to lose, you don't want it to ruin. But this says it's made with Preserve Lock. I will put a link in the description box below that will give you more information about that. But just from looking at it, feeling it, looking at it next to these other two, can't really tell much of a difference. So that is very encouraging. The width and everything feel about the same. Okay, so the Denali might be a little bit thinner. Okay. So, but the seal looks good. This is 4 jars. This is Denali. This is Ball. None of these have been used. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna wash these up and then we're gonna start putting this together. I'm so excited. I am going to be using pint-sized jars. The reason for that is because I thought, you know, if there has been here lately nights where it's just Jackie and I, and also if Jack or Emily wanted to take a jar to work and heat it up, they can do that. Hello again. Okay, so now we are ready to assemble these jars and get them going in the pressure canner. So a couple of things to note. You will need some beef broth. This is some that we canned together, and I will link that video for those of you who missed it. Also, you need your beef, and this is my stew meat that I just drained it after it had thawed. That's about 6 pounds. We'll see what that gets us. And then, of course, you need some pepperoni peppers. Love these. We're going to be using the peppers and some of the juice. And then, of course, last but not least, our Italian dressing that we made. We are going to put some of that in the jars as well. So I am going to be using some regular mouth jars today only because Denali sent me regular mouth lids, which is what I asked for, not thinking about this project, but I think it would be ideal to use wide mouth. So, but anyway, it's going to be fine. We've got 6 pounds. I've got 6 pint jars, but this will probably make me 7 or 8 just because of the peppers. Okay, so here we go. We're going to assemble this. I am so excited. I also do have some white vinegar on standby to wipe down my rims. Hang on, we got more talking to do. Since we are raw packing my canner, I have not turned it on yet. So always remember that when you are working with cold ingredients, you want to put them into a cold canner. If you did hot jars, cold water, or cold jars, hot water, then you would end up with broken jars and wasted food, and that would be very sad. So we don't want to do that. Okay, so here we go. Let's get this show started. So please don't mind the mess. We are renovating our kitchen. Hopefully this will be getting done soon, but I don't know. Okay, so we're going to start with putting some stew meat. I am wearing pajama pants, y'all. It is just one of those days where I just wanted to be comfortable. All right, so I'm doing a little bit of meat. We're gonna do a few peppers, stems and all, that's 3. Some of the juice, and I think I need to shake this up again. Okay, oh my gosh. Oh, that smells so good. Okay, and then we're gonna do, this is a half teaspoon measuring spoon. So that was a teaspoon of the dressing. And then we're gonna put more, oh no. We're gonna put more of our stew meat, hang on. Okay, we're gonna put more of our stew meat in. And you just wanna push it down in there, pack as much in here as you can. Get it? Can. All right, I'm gonna put, whoops. I'm gonna put a couple more peppers in here. A little bit more juice, not much. Just for funsies. All right. And we do want to make sure that we have an inch of headspace. That looks good. Yum, yum. Okay. And then we're gonna do our 2nd teaspoon of seasoning here. And then we are going to pour over our beef broth. Remember to keep your inch of headspace. I'm going to use my debubbler and try to get all of that down in there. Ooh. Boy, I got that pretty full. I might need to maybe not put as many peppers. Oh no, this is doing good. This is good. Oh, wow. I am so excited to eat this. This looks, even raw, this looks amazing. Okay. All right. I think I can put a little bit more broth in there. Just a little bit. Perfect. Oh, wow, you guys. It looks and smells incredible. Look at that. And we haven't even cooked it yet. That is so exciting. Okay. All right. So I've just put some vinegar on my paper towel here so I can clean these off. I cannot tell y'all how good this smells. All right. All right. Fingertip tight. Okay. Get this in the canner. That looks so good. All right, we're gonna turn this up to high. All right, so I've got this turned up to high. When it starts steaming, we're gonna let it vent for 10 minutes, put our weight on. When it gets up to the pressure, this is going to process for 75 minutes. If you do this in quarts, you want to process for 90. So we will come back when it is time to get this out of the canner, and I will give you my honest thoughts on the Denali canning lids. All right, so a moment of real life just happened, and I wanted to document this in case this happens to some of you and maybe you're new to pressure canning. So my pressure had come up to where it was supposed to be, and I had started my timer. The power went out, and the pressure has fallen back down to 5 pounds, where it was between the 10 and 11. So I'm gonna have to start my time over. So if you ever find yourself in that situation where you're in the middle of pressure canning and the power goes out, or there's an emergency and you have to turn it off or something, you just start your time back over. So it was holding pressure at 5. So we're just gonna bring it back up to 10 pounds of pressure, and then we will start the time over. Move. All right, you guys, I hope y'all give this recipe a try. Different ways that you can serve this would be over noodles, over baked potatoes, mashed potatoes, rice. You could do like a spaghetti squash. You could do sandwiches. You could do it, oh my goodness, on homemade sourdough. Oh my word, that would be so good. But yeah, so I'm really excited to have this for my pantry. The Denali canning lids did really well for me. They've sealed. The rings, everything looks good. So I hope you guys give these a try. Check the link down below for the playlist, as well as for the link to the Denali canning lids that you can check out yourself. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and until next time, remember to be vigilant, be prayerful, and be prepared, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys. Come here.
I just like to look good for you some days.
I know, I don't match.
Well, go get ready.
All right.